just a short video to show you how to sieve. And that may seem like a strange topic, but there's a technique I use that will elevate you from being a good cook to a rock star in the kitchen with this little simple trick. I love sieving things. One of the key things for me is when something is smooth, I love to make it really, really smooth. I'm very allergic to lumps that shouldn't be there, and sieving is one of the ways that you can make sure that things that might have the possibility of a lump in don't have any. So here is something that I have made. It's actually a strawberry panna cotta. The recipe will be available, I will link below. But I've made my panna cotta. Now there's strawberries in here and I've blended it, but there are still some of those little tiny strawberry seeds left in here. And if you know what a panna cotta is, one of the things about a panna cotta is that it's incredibly smooth and lump free. So a lot of people might leave the seeds in, but for me that would ruin the texture. And for you too, although you might not notice it, the texture really would not be the same. So if you want to elevate from being a good cook to a fantastic cook, I recommend that you think about sieving more often. This is my trick to make sure that your sieving is as successful as possible and also as easy as possible. What you need for this is a fine mesh sieve. This isn't the kind of sieve that you would have when you used to sieve flour, which has relatively big holes. I don't know if you can see how fine that sieve is. I will link below to a fine mesh sieve so you can see how fine it is, but it's pretty fine. The holes have got to be small enough to stop things like the tiny strawberry seeds from getting through. So I've got my fine mesh sieve. I've also got one of my favorite cooking implements with this melamine bowl, which has a handle and a pouring spout. That's not necessary, I just find these super easy. So I've got the liquid I want to sieve, and I've got my fine mesh sieve here, and I'm simply going to pour this in. And you'll see that a lot of it just goes straight through into the bowl. But as the liquid goes away, it's leaving more of those strawberry pits behind. So what you're going to do, you're going to want two spatulas. With one spatula, you're going to just carefully stir that mixture. As you move the seeds around, or the lumps, that will allow the rest of the liquid to go through the sieve. So you can see now that there's almost no liquid left, and I'm just going to keep working this just a little bit until there's really no liquid left in the top, and I just have this kind of mush of seeds. So sometimes if you have thicker things or bigger seeds, one of the things you'll want to do to help facilitate sieving is you'll want to scrape off the liquid that's already gone through the sieve but is stuck to the bottom. And here's where the other spatula comes in. If you do it with this sieve, if you scrape underneath with this sieve has got pits or lumps on it. So that's where you want to get your clean one and scrape from the bottom. You can actually leave that one in there so you remember which is which. And then you just continue to just stir and push your mixture against the sieve. Clean one. That way there's no chance that you're going to get any of those lumps transferred from this spatula into your beautifully strained, smooth liquid below. So that's the trick for getting something super smooth, to get those lumps and pips out. And I hope you found this useful. I think you'll find that sieving can really transform your level of cooking from good to awesome. So I hope that was helpful. Links below for all the things I used. Happy sieving!